Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Z Reviews Tech. We meet again. This is the Ulefone Power 3 and I'm sure many of you are aware of the Ulefone Power brand. This is a phone with a massive 6,000 milliamp hour battery. This time there's quite a bit more stuff. This is now an 18:9 phone with the new MTK6763 processor, and it's only found in one other phone, the Oppo F5. So it's pretty much a Helio P20 in terms of power, but there are new options and new functions in terms of connectivity and LTE. There's VoLTE in this, so that's nice. But with regards to power, it should be the exact same as Helio P20s and Helio P25s. It should be a little bit slower than those as well. So let's get this opened. I don't need to cut this. I'm just gonna peel it open with my fingernail. Okay. Get this opened. Okay, and here we have the phone itself inside a plastic bag. There's already a case on it as well. And there's the paper on it. So then put that aside for now. Here's the pin popper. Take that out. And we have a screen protector, user manual, which no one ever reads, and a warranty card as well. And here we have a China European plug, I'm not sure what that is, and a nice red cable, USB-C, which is very nice, USB-C. And we have a USB-C to microphone jack as well, so nice. Now let's push all this aside and we'll talk about the phone itself. Alright, so this is the phone itself. There's a plastic on this that details the main specs. Again, 6,000 milliamp hour battery, Full HD 18:9 screen, 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of ROM, MTK6763, or also known as the Helio P23, dual cameras, dual front, dual rear, and LTE and Android 7.1. So let's take this off, put it aside. And yeah, so here we have the cell phone itself. It feels pretty thick actually. So let's start with the material. It's metal, so it's nice metal. It feels good, and unfortunately, I can see that this is gonna pick up a little bit of fingerprints. Not a lot of fingerprints compared to, let's say, a glass phone or something else like that, but it's gonna pick up a few fingerprints here and there. And here we have the dual camera, the fingerprint sensor, and the LED. And we have some very nice bands going around the side, the antenna bands, which make this phone look pretty good. Here we have the power buttons and the volume buttons, and we also have the SIM tray over here. Now, this phone feels pretty thick. Not quite sure what the exact thickness of this phone is, but it definitely does not feel as thin as something like a Redmi 5 Plus, which I just unboxed. And here we have USB-C, which is nice. And on the front, we have just a screen and a couple of sensors up top as well. So let's turn this thing on and see what we got. Alright, so while I was going through my networks, I'm not going to show you the rest of the networks. I get something really weird. It says Nvram warning error 0x10. So I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to continue with the setup and see if that affects it in any way. Alright, so before we continue, I just want to give Ulefone huge props before we even start. They have put a very nice stock launcher on this instead of some other companies that are, going in the direction of putting their own skins on things. But no, Ulefone has kept it very stock. Even the launcher itself is very nice. So huge props, and thank you so much, Ulefone, for not putting your own skin on stock Android and leaving it completely stock. So in terms of use, it's pretty smooth. It's not the smoothest. It doesn't feel quite as smooth as, say, my Mi Note 3 or even the Redmi 5 Plus, but it's definitely smooth enough. So let's talk about the display here. I'm gonna open the Google Play Store because it's nice and white and you can see how big the bezels are. Now, as you can see, the side bezels are not small at all. They are about the same size in total as, say, the Redmi 5 Plus. Give me a moment, I'm gonna bring it over here. There we go. Redmi 5 Plus. As you can see, the bezels are about the same. It's just that the black kind of melds in with the black bar that Xiaomi has put on their phone. So it does look a little bit bigger on this than it does on the Redmi 5 Plus. So, yep. Again, bezels aren't the smallest on the sides, and the top and bottom, they're okay. Yeah, so the bezels on the Ulefone Power 3, definitely not small. It is 18 by 9. It is more compact than what they have given us in the past, but it's still not super duper compact. So the display here is not bad. The colors are fairly saturated, and the screen is pretty crisp as well. So when you're looking at, pictures that have a lot of detail and a lot of color saturation, looks pretty good. But the one thing is that this is at max brightness, so the screen is definitely not very bright. Less bright than the Redmi 5 Plus, which I have over here, and the Mi Note 3, obviously, because that's a pretty high-end phone. So yeah, that's one area where this thing could have been improved in terms of maximum brightness. But the screen itself is pretty nice. Actually, one last thing before we move on to the audio. The glass here is pretty smooth, so it's pretty nice and easy to glide your finger across the screen as I'm doing right now. Okay, so now audio. I'm gonna play this clip from Justice League, and you'll see how it sounds like.
So, I was wondering if you could put out, feelers into the aquatic community. You do talk to fish, right?
So in terms of audio, this phone does not get super loud. It gets loud enough, so I think it'll be enough for most people. In terms of quality, my first impressions are it's decent, but it doesn't have enough bass to keep up with more expensive phones like the Xiaomi Mi Note 3. Also, one last thing. Aquaman here was super soft in this movie. He's supposed to be so powerful. He's supposed to be able to keep up with Superman in the water, but here he's like dying against like Wonder Woman, which is pretty sad. So anyway, those are my thoughts about the audio and Justice League. So yeah, those are my first thoughts on the Ulefone Power 3 and a quick unboxing as well. This is definitely one of the most anticipated phones from Ulefone, especially since the Ulefone Power 2 was a pretty big hit. And the Ulefone Power 3 is expected to smash that, especially with a 6,000 mAh battery and the new 18 by 9 screen ratio. Again, the bezels are not too small on this. I was expecting something a little bit smaller. And the phone is pretty thick, but that's to be expected when you have 6,000 mAh into such a small package. So again, it has the MTK 6763 processor, which is many people think is more powerful than a Helio P20 or a Helio P25, but is actually not. It's about the same power as those. It just has some newer features, for example, VoLTE and some LTE features as well. So yeah, and one last thing, this phone does not come with Android 8.1. It comes with stock Android 7.1.1. So right there. So checking the wireless updates, yeah, there isn't anything for 8.1 just yet, but they should be updating that pretty soon. So again, no worries about that, and yeah. So be sure to keep your eye out for my Ulefone Power 3 review that should be coming soon, but not too soon because I still got to review the Redmi 5 Plus over here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about the Ulefone Power 3. Be sure to check the links in the description down below. This is currently, I think, $80 off, so that's a pretty big discount on a recently released phone. So again, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.